haven't been outside with the camera in a little bit. I just watched Memory 1 just because right now, in the course of making Memory 7, it's been really odd and really strange because I haven't been recording much, obviously, with quarantine, and I just feared that I didn't have enough content for my videos, and ultimately I got kind of scared and I was kind of intimidated by putting something up and not feeling satisfied or happy with it, so I procrastinated, and now it's kind of the end of August and I leave for campus in 2 weeks. So I was concerned, which is why I'm trying to make the video now and try to scramble and try to figure out what I'll do for Memory 8, which was supposed to be all of August. So for inspiration and for motivation and for direction, I just watched Memory 1, and I had this really good monologue at the end of what my motivation, what my drive, and what my purpose and intention was for starting this memory series. And I don't know if it's obvious, but I fully just started sobbing. Like, I didn't think I would get so emotional, but there were so many expectations coming into this year with figuring out what I was going to do with prom, getting excited about the college I was going to go to, doing all my extracurricular activities, and meeting some cool people on campus, and it all kind of went in the chute in one way or another. I mean, some things still kind of came to fruition, like college is still looking like it's happening, and that's still positive. I got 2 nights of my show and not all 4, but this year definitely has not worked out in the way that any of us had expected it, but in a way I think it's made a lot of people more understanding introspectively of who they are and what their purposes are and what their senses of motivation are, which is really, really special, and I'm really glad that everybody has had that time to kind of pause and reflect on who they are themselves, or maybe explore like a different sense of style, or just kind of get to the root of who you are as a person. And I think I've been able to do that over quarantine, and at least the past like 2 months, I've really found out who I am, and I've really found this group of people in this community that I really enjoy, and I'm really excited to start this, or not start because it's already begun, but to fully dive into this new life, this new way of thinking, this new way of living, this new culture, this new environment with a brand new group of people in a brand new place. And that's why it's so important to keep this memory safe and to keep this memory pure and honest, because those are characteristics of myself that I put into my memory that I value so much, and I look up, and the person I want to be is someone who's honest, someone who's vulnerable, someone who's caring and compassionate, but also strong and determined and decisive. So I really want to be straight up and upfront with this memory, and I'm really excited for what comes next. I'm stoked for everything that's gonna happen in the next few months. I don't know how it'll come to fruition with the people that I'm with, or I don't know how I'm gonna project it onto camera. I don't know how much film I'm gonna get. I don't know if my battery is still gonna be charged. But during quarantine, I've realized that amongst all that craziness or drama or conflict, the most important thing that I need is to be happy and content and satisfied, whether it's at a micro or macro level. And that happiness is what's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. whether I put that on camera or if it's something that I carry with me day to day. I mean, that's not entirely in line with the significance of the tattoo I have, but the same idea kind of applies. Like, there's some things that I'm gonna remember, and there's some things that I'm not gonna remember, and I think it's important to remember both those things despite the significance, because at one point or another it made me happy. I mean, I always use, in conversation like this, I always use like past relationships as an example. Like, you were happy at one point in time, and or you were happy in those relationships. Like, even if you feel kind of crappy about it afterwards, or it ended poorly, you still had great moments, and it's important that you don't completely gloss over and generalize that entire experience just because it might have ended poorly. You can't do that, because then you're completely forgetting all that happiness, all that good joy and juju and energy that was created between you two. So that's what's so important about this memory, and that's what's so important, that even if I don't capture a lot of footage, that I do sit down with the camera, just kind of talk about how I feel, and I talk about the things that have been going on, because I know me, I'm not gonna remember everything. I mean, clearly that's exactly why I made the memory, because I was so awful at trying to recollect like any knowledge of my past, but it's something that I know is gonna help me in the future, and it's just another way to express and to vent my thoughts when I might feel kind of lonely, or I might not feel as like upbeat or optimistic as I usually do. So I really like doing this memory, and I really like reaching out and talking and conversing. And I'm also really proud that I have 7 minutes and 50 seconds of this little conversation. I haven't spoken to the camera in a long time, so let's see what happens next.